Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Software Engineer K, and we've got some big news. So our prediction from yesterday, which was Frog 4, if you haven't seen that video, go back and look at our prediction. It is confirmed, which is absolutely insane. We have more information regarding tomorrow's drop, so I'm going to be going through some predictions with there. And we also have a really cool update. We have a brand new partner on board, VeVe, which is 007 himself, the secret agent James Bond. And I grew up, watching the James Bond film, so I'm a, it just brings back so much nostalgia. We've got Daniel Craig, who's going to be launching the new film. I believe it's No Time to Die, and I'm very excited, so we're going to be going through that as well. Now, what we have first up is the comics for tomorrow. It is the Captain America #1 from 2014, and this is the Sam Wilson version. So Falcon goes on to become Captain America, as those who would know, and basically we have the same number of editions that we saw with the Immortal Hulk, so that gives us a nice basis for price predictions, because as we covered yesterday, we looked at the prices of the physicals, and these were a little bit lower than the Immortal Hulk, but the physicals, they do have a little bit of a bearing on how well the digitals will do, and I think that's mostly due to the fact that the more expensive physicals are usually the older classic ones, and we know that the older classic NFT versions, they will tend to do better anyway. That's just kind of like the trend that we've seen. So I believe that, with the common 21,000 editions, we're going to see floor price around about 16 to 17 gems, which is kind of what we saw with the Immortal Hulk. The uncommon, about 50 gems. The rare, 100 to 110 gems. The ultra rare, I believe, is going to peak around 300 and come back down to about 260, 270-ish. The secret rare, I believe, is going to peak at about 2k. And then it's going to pull back to about 1.2, 1.3k, similar to what we saw with the Immortal Hulk. And from there, we'll gradually see an increase of these comics over time as more users get onboarded onto the platform. But that's just my prediction. We'll see how accurate it is tomorrow. So next up, we have our prediction from yesterday was Frog 4, and that is confirmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys exactly what we have here. Okay, I'm just going to pause it on the Ultra Rare. The Ultra Rare looks so cool. I can't wait to have this in my showroom. So these are going to be available in blind box format. Now, interesting. So we've only got 3 of them. People asking where's the common. Sometimes they don't really say common. It's just, uncommon onwards. So I believe if there's only 3 of them in the blind boxes, the blind boxes themselves will probably cost more than what we've seen with the Mighties, but I don't believe they should be too much more. So I suspect we're looking at like 20-25 gems per blind box. That's my prediction, which I think is pretty fair. And we'll see how many editions there are. That will kind of give us more of a bearing for what the price of these will probably be. But Frog 4 I'm very excited for. So for those who aren't aware, if we have a quick little look here. Now Frog 4, it was actually featured as a first appearance in the Loki series. So by first appearance, not like the first time we've seen it, but it's like the first time we saw it within the Loki series, or kind of like these Marvel TV series. So just have a look at here. Okay, so you can see Mjolnir here, and you can see within this jar there's a little frog, Frog 4 jumping up. And if you listen carefully, you can actually hear him like scream. And fun fact, but Chris Hemsworth did actually voice the Frog 4 in this as well, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, Frog 4, pretty awesome stuff. I'm excited. Now we've got a pretty big announcement. VeVe welcomes James Bond. Now James Bond is a huge brand. 007, I mean, for those who kind of grew up back in the 90s, 80s, like they know. I mean, on the Nintendo 64, I had GoldenEye. Like, people know. So let's just have a look, right? So the franchise has since gone on to become one of the highest grossing media franchises of all time, earning more than 7 billion in the box office. 7 billion is a lot of money. That is like more than 7 times what VeVe is worth. So, which all started in 1962 with Dr. No starring Sean Connery as Bond. So, I do actually like the Daniel Craig version of James Bond. Yeah, it is No Time to Die. So, Eon Productions, to celebrate No Time to Die, they're going to be launching a series of NFTs from the iconic James Bond franchise. So, I believe, it'll be pretty awesome if we get, like, the James Bond vehicle. So there are multiple different versions of his vehicle, but I mean, if you guys know, then you know it's the one with like the kind of guns that kind of come out from near where the headlights are. And it's got the kind of the smoke screen and stuff that comes from the exhaust. I think that'll be pretty cool. Maybe like some kind of memorabilia that we've seen in the various different James Bond films. But yeah, pretty excited to see this. I think that this is going to be one that really resonates with people. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm going to pick up all of the James Bond stuff from the set. I'm going to make sure I complete the set. But hopefully they can make this set completable. If they release that one secret rare that's impossible to get, then going to be a bit stuck. But very, very excited to see what happens here. Now, in terms of the price of OMI for today, so we've been seeing some interesting stuff. OMI has been consolidating around about this 0.56, 0.55 range, which is pretty good. So we are starting to see higher lows on the price as well as lower highs. So we're forming a very nice wedge here. And usually what happens with a wedge is the price will get squeezed and then it will just break out. And I believe we're going to break to the upside, not downwards, just because we have too much positive news coming out. The James Bond stuff literally just dropped. So I believe that is going to have a positive effect on OMI. More and more people are going to start to get onboarded. A lot of these James Bond fans, there are quite a lot around. I mean, you guys saw 7 billion on the box office. They're going to start to come to VeVe. And I believe, all of the social medias from Eon Productions, they're going to be tweeting out VeVe as well, similar to what we saw with Marvel. And any brand that kind of launches NFTs through VeVe, they kind of share on their social media as well. And that's pretty much what we've been waiting for, is all these different social media channels that have their own different followings starting to raise awareness of VeVe. So, MTL, Immutable X, Master Collector Program, all these big brands coming on board. I believe that's going to squeeze the price to the upside, and I believe we're going to hit that 0.7 cent range, and then probably hold there. And that's just another step towards the 1 cent that we haven't touched in a while. And then from 1 cent, that's where I believe we're going to kind of struggle with the price a bit. There's going to be people taking profit, so I believe we will sit there for a little while. But that doesn't mean VeVe's going to kind of become stagnant. Is just going to continuously burn OMI. More and more people are going to start using the app, and eventually people will be finished with their profit taking because they've been holding forever. And then a lot of these new users, they will be buying OMI as well. So we're going to start to see a push to the upside. And remember, OMI is going to be getting more utility. We have an article coming out with more OMI utility updates specifically regarding VeVeVerse. So that is going to drive a lot of hype, and I believe that is going to start to get people to FOMO more into OMI. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. Myself, I'm just holding all of my OMI, and as you guys know, I've been holding all my kind of collectibles as well from Marvel, just because I see once we get onto OpenSea, these are the ones that can hold a lot of value. So the ultra rare Captain America, he was getting disrespected, but now the price has pretty much doubled on it, and I'm pretty happy because I own 3 ultra rare Captain Americas that I bought at retail price. So thank you to those guys who are selling it at retail. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what is to come. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to go through with you guys today. Please do like and subscribe to support the content. Check out the OMI Homie t-shirts in the link below. You can use my code K10 to get a 10% discount. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.